Before we start, do not forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel financially. And I hope this video gets 2,000 likes. The bodyguard, his face radiating excitement, blurted out, saying, "Chairman, my level has shot up dramatically." Heavenly Demon said, "Really? So did you level up by hunting alongside Black Scythe? Is it like he said, a 6-hour-long hunting spree?" In fact, having received the same prophecy, Heavenly Demon was well aware of the situation. Then he asked, "So how many levels is it, to the point that you came running so excited?" The bodyguard replied, "I went up from level 20 to level 34. That's a whopping 14 levels up." Heavenly Demon was shocked and inquired, "34? Are you sure?" The bodyguard said, "Yes, it really went up a lot, didn't it?" Heavenly Demon said, "It's worth getting excited about. But how did you gain 14 levels in 6 hours?" He said Black Scythe did all the hunting by himself. Our party members had a tough time keeping up. Then Heavenly Demon added, "But as a compensation, he took all the items, right?" He said, "Yes. But I don't regret sharing the items at all. I never imagined I'd level up this quickly." Heavenly Demon said, "I find myself in the same situation. I never thought Director On would surpass my levy hearing that." The bodyguard asked Chairman, "What level are you?" He replied, 29. At that moment, the bodyguard decided not to say anything more. No matter what he said, it would make the chairman uncomfortable. Then Heavenly Demon asked, "Is CO Arian around the same level as well?" He nodded discreetly while gauging Heavenly Demon's reaction. Heavenly Demon said to himself with a wry smile, "I've ended up with a lower level than CO Aaron. I need to step up my game." Then he asked, "Why don't you tell me, Director Ann? Did Black Scythe really hunt down the bosses so quickly?" The bodyguard replied, "Yes, he took out the centaur in one hit." Heavenly Demon said, "So, that's why it was much quicker. Even though our team consists of 5 members, it wasn't as quick as that." And he inquired, "Is it true that it was in just 1 second?" The bodyguard said, "Indeed. He used a skill I'd never seen before, and the Minotaur's neck was sliced in an instant. It was the first time I'd seen such a skill." Heavenly Demon, who took pride in his skills as ranking 2nd or 3rd, couldn't hide his astonishment, and he said, "Killing the Minotaur with 1 skill in 1 second? Amazing." And he added, "It should be a skill learned at level 40, since Director Ann is seeing it for the first time." Then he felt bitter and said to himself, "Is the gap between us and the first ranker this big? Can I become that strong when I reach level 40? In fact, the Dark Knight's skills were powerful, and he was satisfied with them. But he said to himself sadly, it's not on the same level as Black Scythe's. And he thought, even if he reached level 40, he wasn't sure if he could display the same presence. Facing the unexpected situation of having subordinates with higher levels than himself, his pride couldn't allow such humiliation. Instead, a newfound determination began to kindle within him, and he said to himself, instead of worrying about that, I should focus on leveling up first, and I need to up my game. Then he said to the bodyguard, who chose silence, after unintentionally pricking the chairman's ego, I should really thank Black Scythe. I've been slacking off lately, and he's managed to reignite my motivation. And not to forget, he helped level up Director On and CO Aaron's levels. We should definitely show our appreciation when we meet him later, don't you think?" The bodyguard said, "Should I try to find a way to personally show my gratitude too?" Heavenly Demon said, "No need for that. After all, you sacrificed items in exchange for experience points. My subordinates benefited from him. Showing gratitude is my responsibility as the chairman." And he added, "We should also inquire with the prophet about when we can meet Black Scythe again." The bodyguard asked, "Do you think the prophet survived?" Heavenly Demon smiled and said, "Instead of pondering that, it's faster to make a confirmation call. Besides, it falls under Director On's jurisdiction." The bodyguard said, "I was being thoughtless. My apologies. I'll check right away." Then Heavenly Demon said, "No need to apologize. Just inform me once you have the information. Oh, and by the way, did you manage to learn those skills I mentioned earlier?" He responded, "Yes, I've indeed acquired the tracking and erasing traces skills as you advised." Heavenly Demon smiled and said, "Then, later on, when we put those skills to use, join us for a little cleanup. We're planning to take care of some nuisances, and it's been a while." The bodyguard inquired, "You intend to work at this hour? It's almost dawn." He said, "It's fine. We won't be causing any harm outside." On the other hand, CO Aaron held a deep sense of gratitude toward Black Scythe. She may have given up some items, but in return, she had acquired a substantial amount of experience points and gold. And she said, "It always feels like I owe something to Black Scythe." Whether it was the leveling up this time or his previous act of saving her life, she felt she hadn't adequately repaid him. Then she said, I want to be of more help to Black Scythe, but it's not that simple. At best, I could offer him low-grade marquise stones, or express my gratitude, but it didn't feel like enough. And no matter how much I think about it, I don't know how I can be of assistance. He doesn't seem to need it either. But after a moment, she remembered Min Jury, and she said to herself, well, that wasn't entirely true. Even Black Scythe needed assistance from someone else. Wasn't there a woman in a contract with him who provided continuous buffs? And she added Min Jury, right? The woman in a contract with Black Scythe, and comparing avatars might be fruitless, but she had a pretty face and a lively personality. Plus, she bestows some impressive buffs, and it made sense that Black Scythe kept her by his side. Just having her around provided significant help. Then she said frustratedly, I wish I could be that kind of assistance. In fact, however, she had fairy buffs, but they only offered a thin, protective shield at best. And as a summoner, she had her limitations when it came to providing assistance. Then she said, I need to think about this. After that, Seo Arin stepped out of her apartment and entered the elevator. Her plan was to make a quick stop at the convenience store for some essentials. But suddenly, the descending elevator came to an unexpected halt on the lower floor, and someone said, oh, actress Seo Arin? It was none other than Ryu, her neighbor, and a business associate of Heavenly Demon, and interestingly, a prophet. Then Seo Arin greeted him with a polite nod, and she said, thanks to the information provided by the prophet, we managed to smoothly navigate through round 6. I'm grateful. Thank you. Ryu responded casually, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Then fell silent. Seo Arin observed him thoughtfully and said to herself, he's quite an intriguing person. At just 20 years old, he carries himself with confidence even in the presence of Chairman Heavenly Demon, and his business insight. Then she asked herself, could I have displayed such confidence if I were a prophet? In fact, even if she possessed the same ability, she doubted she could exude such self-assuredness. Then she asked Ryu, where are you headed, prophet? Ryu replied, I'm planning to make a quick stop at the convenience store, she said. The convenience store? I was heading there too. At that moment, an idea popped into Seo Arin's mind, and she said to herself, while I couldn't assist Black Scythe directly, I could lend a helping hand to the prophet. Then she said to Ryu, since I'm going the same way, let me run an errand for you. We're neighbors. I can drop off your items on my way back up. Ryu said, no need for that, she said. Still, I received something from the prophet and I want to repay the favor in some way. After a brief pause, Ryu raised his head and said, you can't just send a celebrity to run errands, she said insistently. It's something I'm willing to do. But Ryu insisted on refusing, saying, if word gets out that I had a celebrity running errands for me, your fans will give me a hard time. Hearing that, Seo Arin's head dropped. Even though her face wasn't visible, her disappointment was palpable. But suddenly Ryu said, if you truly want to help, how about giving me an autograph? She was surprised and inquired, an autograph? Seriously? Ryu said, my younger brother is a fan of yours. She said, oh, you want to give it to your younger brother? I'll gladly do that for you. And she realized he was trying to do something nice for his brother, but somehow it made her a bit sad. As Seo Arin was immensely popular among men in their 20s, but this particular individual seemed uninterested. On the other hand, aged man No Gay was saying to himself, being accepted by the Black Scythe as a party member, who would have thought? And the notion of teaming up with the legendary Black Scythe was beyond his wildest dreams, and he pondered ways to return the favor, feeling useless and despondent. And he said, if only I had skills to assist the Black Scythe. Even his job as a dark mage was unuseful, and a wolf pup cannot aid a full-grown wolf. It only gets in the way. Then he asked himself, what can I offer in this world? Then an epiphany struck him, and he said, what does a god need? Aged man No Gay's lips curved into a grin, and he said, the god only needs devout followers. Meanwhile, Ryu browsed flights on his phone, and he said, I need to visit Russell to recover the durability. And he added with a smile, but the prophecy he shared with him last time might change his reception. But suddenly, Ryu's phone buzzed with an international call, and the caller said, it's me, Russell Daniel. Is this Mr. Ryu? Ryu answered, yes, I'm Ryu. Then Russell sounded excited and said, "Mr. Prophet, thank you. You saved my life." Ryu inquired, "What happened?" Russell said, "I'll explain when I arrive." Hearing that, Ryu was surprised and asked, "You're coming to Korea?" He replied, "Yes, I've booked my flight." "Is this inconvenient, Mr. Ryu?" Ryu said, "No, I was hoping to meet you. I'll wait at Incheon Airport." Part ends here. So wait next part and don't forget to like, subscribe, and support channel financially. And watch the new story. I think you will like it.